Hello everybody and welcome to what I would like to call the first episodes. That's right, the show where I am going to boldly judge an entire franchise just based off of its first episode. I promise you, this is going to be entertaining. There's going to be some nice profanity, edgy humor. You guys won't be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, comment that shit down below and let me know. That way, I can square up with you too. Nope, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Please subscribe. Please help your boy so he can eat. Bad intro out of the way. Today, we're taking a good look at good old Thunderbolt to the childhood and breaking down episode 1 of the Pokemon anime, I Choose You. So we open up on Ash Ketchum, a 10-year-old with delusions of grandeur and zero time management skills.
Pokemon Master! That is what Ash, get to bed!
The kid oversleeps on the most important day of his life. You're telling me this dude wants to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer, a Pokemon master, but he can't even set a damn alarm clock? To be fair, his mom, Delia, which, by the way, honey, I'm gonna smash.
Stop it. Get some help.
She did set an alarm for your boy. But this dude ended up having a dream of which Pokemon he plans on choosing from Professor Oak and tossed that shit into the stratosphere as if it was a Pokemon. This man-child rushes over to Professor Oak's lab in his PJs like he just woke up in a Waffle House parking lot. And who does this motherfucker find the moment he gets there? Before him lies...
Hey, watch where you're going! Well, you must be Ash!
Gary motherfucking Oak. Let me tell you something, you guys. Let me tell you something. I know Gary Oak is not the same as Blue from the video game, but let me tell you, because Gary was getting on my nerves and shit when I was a kid. Like, I always wanted Ash to just sock him a new one. And in the games, oh my god, this nigga appeared in the worst timings all the time. You would go to the Nugget Bridge and that boy would be ready to square up with you and you wouldn't know any better. You wouldn't know any better. You know what? I don't care if it's just a theory. I'm glad Eradicate's dead. Ash starts talking to Professor Oak and he begins to ask him the real questions. Homie, where is my starter?
Already taken by someone who was on time.
You ain't getting shit, my boy. That Charmander you probably wanted? Abandoned, gone, probably dying in the middle of a rain right now. Squirtle? It's either in a gang or my grandson got him. And Bulbasaur? I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who the hell chose Bulbasaur, but you know, we all know Ash ends up finding a random one at some point. Ash is out here all depressed now because he thinks that he's out of options until Professor Oak pulls a homie stock and it's just like, well, I do have one, but it's spicy in a way.
Pikachu!
Boom! We get introduced to Pikachu, strapped with pure hatred and 1,000 volts of attitude. Ash tries to bond with Pikachu, even showing to his mom that they can get along. Ash really tried to play catch with this motherfucker, this yellow rat that can electrocute his ass in front of his mother. And Pikachu is just like, this motherfucker, does he think we're homies? Nah! And electrocutes the whole Pallet Town vicinity that's, you know, supporting Ash in his journey. So now that our electric asshole duo goes into the wild as Ash starts his journey, and by the way, this is just straight up slavery. I know that Pikachu is now his Pokemon, but Ash, you don't need to drag that little nigga in the dirt. Let him roam around. What's he gonna do, run away? You call him back with a Pokeball. That's all you gotta do. Ash, never the wiser, starts, you know, looking around, trying to find a Pokemon to fight and capture. He ends up throwing a damn pebble at a Spearow. And you know that bitch hurt because Spearow ends up getting the Tom and Jerry treatment with his head. Look at that shit! Naturally, he pisses off the Spearow and it starts attacking him. Or more so, it starts attacking Pikachu once he gets noticed of it. I ain't gonna lie, despite this being the first episode and despite the animation being, old, this is a 1990s anime we're talking about here. That black and white sequence while it's flying towards Pikachu and we get that little snapshot of Pikachu in black and white, that was clean. That was very clean. I wish we got more of that, not gonna lie. Now, one could argue that this is technically Pikachu's very first battle of the entire series, and I ain't gonna hold it to you guys. He's chopped, for real. He's got his back against the flying type when all he has to do is... Oh, never mind. GG's. Okay, Pikachu knows exactly what he needs to do. Yeah. Electrocuting that shit. Wait a minute. What?
Help me! Help me!
He needs some milk.
Nigga!
Oh, nah. Get the fuck out of there, Ash. Pikachu. Ash, get the hell out of there. If pissing off this Spearow wasn't bad enough, this guy had the audacity to call upon his homies. And through that homie call, he summoned out an army from a random tree. Yep, nope, I'm out of there. I don't care. Being a Pokemon master? It is not worth getting chased after a bunch of Spearow. You know how big these Pokemon are? They're not normal-sized animals, okay? Hell, Spearow is probably the same height, weight of like a real-world raven or crow. Imagine 20 of them shits coming after you. No! So while Ash is trying to run away and he comes across some close calls here with a fucking Gyarados, this is the worst first day of a journey ever. Man is almost getting killed off by a flock of Spearows and then has to swim away from a Gyarados. My God! Ash and Pikachu end up getting reeled in by Misty. And this is our, first time meeting her and everything. And fun fact, this is cut out from the dub. But in the sub version of this episode, Misty smacks the shit out of Ash.
Bitch, are you for real?
After she sees the condition that Pikachu is in, telling him to hurry up and get to a Pokemon Center. Bitch, that's exactly what I've been trying to do this whole time. I'm being chased by fucking Spearows, and I almost got eaten by a Gyarados. You think the last thing that I needed is a slap in the face by your bitch ass? No! You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna pull a GTA, and I'm stealing your shit. Now, if his first day wasn't bad enough, Ash, the Spearows are back, and it's about to storm. Pedal to the fucking metal, boy. Come on now. But of course, just like a typical white blonde in any horror movie, Ash ends up tripping and falling. Are you dead ass, my homeboy? Look how you did Pikachu. Brother went flying. Now, gang, it's time to lock in because this moment has been embedded into our childhood brain when it comes to Pokemon. You cannot talk about the first episode of Pokemon without talking about this beautiful moment. This shit had me in tears as a kid, as a teen, and even now as an adult. Now, this is where Ash decided to take notes from the Sasuke retrieval arc, where, boys become men, because he squares up against the flock of Spearow.
Spearows, do you know who I am? I'm Ash from the town of Pallet. I'm destined to be the world's #1 Pokemon master.
It's raining, the thunderstorming, the scene is just fucking right. Oh my God. He's telling Pikachu to get into the Pokeball. He's declaring to the Spearows that he's gonna be the Pokemon master. And they actually challenge his shit.
Come and get me!
They dive straight into his shit. And what happens after is just a cinematic masterpiece. Pikachu jumps into the air, saving his master. and unleashes a thunderstorm with the help of a random strike of lightning so massive, I'm pretty sure it caused 2 regional power outages and killed every Spearow in the Kanto region. No question about it. I ain't gonna lie, you know what this scene almost reminded me of? Because, probably because it's yellow and it's lightning. Tell me not. This qualifies as a Super Saiyan moment. Don't at me. You know it's true. Now, after all is said and done, and Ash and Pikachu wake up from that glorious victory against the flock of Spearows, we actually get to see Ho-Oh. He sees Ho-Oh, although his Pokedex, which by the way, throughout the episode, that Pokedex, straight sass. It sassed the hell out of Ash the entire episode. Mocked his ass and everything. Now, I neglect to include this in the intro because, this is the first episode, the first video of my channel. So yes, I am going to be horrible at this for a good while, but I do want to grade this first episode through 3 different categories. The hook and sinker. Does the first episode do a good job at hooking the viewer so that they stay watching it? Yes, this is Pokemon we're talking about. The way this episode starts is with the opening of the Game Boy. That's tough! The characters. You gotta love the characters as they're being introduced in their first episode. Come on now. Ash, your typical main character for a shonen series, a bit of a dumbass because of what he did with the Spearows, but he's endearing nonetheless. Delia Ketchum? Shorty, I'm coming over to smash.
Stop it. Get some help.
Gary motherfucking Oak. That's all I need to say. Just Gary motherfucking Oak. You guys know that I'm pissed off. He pisses me off. He pisses you off. He has too many shorties and he's only 10. How? Professor Oak, my guy, where's my starter Pokemon? Also, I know what you're doing. Giving children animals to go out on journeys to fight against other animals so that you can lay down the pipe with their mothers. In the third category, the action and vibes. The action in this episode is, it's amazing. It's Pokemon, The little creatures are going to be killing each other off here and there. The vibes, amazing. It's Pokemon. I'm going to keep saying that. Nostalgically, I am blind to whatever negatives this show has. So there you have it. But you know what I'm not blind of? Smashing Delia Ketchum!